Why, hi there, I'm Ron Jacket. Dave is feeling a bit under the weather today, but not under the weather enough to produce another episode of Digital to Dice, the only podcast on the web for your sports simulations and replay needs. And it's our Silver Jubilee show. This is episode number 25, where I say good things about Aunt Becky today. Or that. So hope you're doing well. Taping this on January 17th, 2020. And we're going to just do a few things today. Hopefully get some good comments from you. And when Dave is ready to return, we'll probably do a comment show on some of the topics that you and I will go over today. But if you would like to get a hold of us, you can join a Facebook group, which I think now has 144 members, at www.facebook.com/groups/digital to dice. You'll see when every episode is posted, along with some of the projects that we're doing. Or you can send us a text or leave a voicemail at 978-751-DICE. That's 978-751-3423. And so there you have it. So that's the best ways to get a hold of us. And of course, you can always leave a comment on Spreaker, where these shows get posted, or on YouTube, which is on Dave Gardner's channel on YouTube. So that's the best way to get a hold of us. And so this would be where I would start to say you'd hear the music. And Dave and I would tell you what we're playing, but since Dave's not here, man, I will tell you what I'm playing, but I'm going to pretend that in that second interval there that he put in some music. And so Aunt Becky says it's not a bribe if you don't know that it's supposed to be. All right. So in the last week since we taped, I've been doing some live streaming on my channel, Retro Sports Network, and we have now hit 500 subs on YouTube, and thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And of course, the live streaming on Twitch at 46 followers, we get 4 more, or I get 4 more. I can qualify as a Twitch associate, and wouldn't that just be absolutely incredible to get a couple bucks playing some games? So what have we been doing? Well, this week our buddy Al, Red Sox fan, has been under some stressful issues, and so I did some stuff for him. Did a baseball game, Tony Conglignero's Major League Baseball debut, Red Sox and Yankees from early April 1964, and did a fight, Rocky Marciano and Jersey Joe Walcott, using Title About Computer Boxing. That's the name of the ticket. And so those are up on my channel, along with the start of my 1978 Major League Baseball replay. We're going to do something different this weekend for Week 16 of my 1986 Pro Football replay. Going to play the fourth quarter of games that actually matter, as opposed to doing 3 or 4 games at a time. So that should be interesting if you're into that sort of thing. And of course, I've been playing some EVE Online, the sci-fi game with a learning curve that the Grand Canyon goes and says, man, that's steep. I don't know why in the world you would play that. We'll talk about things like that in a few minutes. And also my Stratomatic Hockey replay, which about 30 games into now for Edmonton and 25 for the Islanders. And what else have I been playing? Nothing really overly exciting along that line. So that's it. And of course, you can always let us know in the comments what you're playing. Okay, so let's take a look now at 3 things. 3 things that we'd like to get your comments on. First of all, this was Dave's idea, and it's the first one I remember. Maybe I should write this stuff down every once in a while. When you buy a newer game, a new version of, let's say, Stratomatic, or the Action PC series, or anything like APA, which ships with current stuff, do you play newer seasons, or are you like a fan of the replay baseball or basketball and the MP3, and just when you buy a new game, do you just get the season of your choice? Everyone has their sweet spot of what they want to play. Some people want to learn different eras. Others just want to do what they did in their teenage years, because 14, as we've talked about before, is the age where sports means more to you than anything else. And that's what people want to relive. It's when the pizza was the best. You knew I could get one of those in there, right? It's when you didn't have to worry about bills or keeping a girlfriend happy or a job or all that. That is the sweet spot. You followed everything, and if you're my age, that takes you right to 1986. I guess we did have to worry about some things then. So what do you do? What do you if you buy a new edition of a game and it comes with a new season? Do you just put it away? Do you use it in some sort of project? Are you doing some sort of are you in a draft league where you do need to have those players, or a keeper league? Do you use those players, or you just kind of stick to what you want to do? Again, there's no wrong answer here. Just kind of curious to see what it is that you do with those. Depending on the team, I'm kind of interested. I've done some stuff with modern teams. It's not in my wheelhouse, and my viewers tell me on my channel that's really not what they want to see. That doesn't mean that I don't touch them, but it's not like, oh, wow. But if a favorite team of mine won a championship or had a good playoff run, I would be tempted to play it because I enjoyed it. And if you enjoy current sports, let's say you're a Golden State Warriors fan, if you're basketball, or a Washington Nationals fan like I am, I'm kind of excited to have the 2019 Washington Nationals at my disposal. They won the World Series, and I don't think they banged on any garbage cans in the process. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, Tom Brady's replays will become in vogue once he retires because he becomes part of the past. Can you do better once the new football cards are out and Second and 10 has released the 2019 football season? You can download that on their page. Can you do better with the 12-4 Patriots and what the Patriots did? Can you get the Baltimore Ravens past the AFC Divisional Championship or divisional game? One of those things. So that's a good question. So let us know in the comments below what you think about that. What was the other couple things that I had for you? I had two, and I wanted to make sure that Dave got his in. All right. I remember one. When you're stressed or when you feel like you've had a bad day, and I suppose you can go back to when you were a kid playing these games, whether it was something you threw the mail order, or you fired up a copy of Micro League, or whatever your jam was back in the day. Stressed or bullied or what have you. Fight with a wife now, or the kids want, Daddy, can you be my banker? Whatever it is. What is your game of choice to unwind? Something that, do you go through and put serious effort into something and try to escape that way? Or are you just trying to unsimmer and just go through something you can roll through pretty quick and results be damned? You're just looking to a pure escapism. It'd be the same as finding those disco favorites on your MP3 player or your phone that you don't want anyone to know, or that secret Air Supply album. I know. You're never all out of love, are you? And maybe you've gone to have a couple pina coladas with what's his name there? Do you know that's Rupert Holmes? The weird thing about that song is it's all about cheating on your spouse. And he doesn't seem to be bothered by the fact that his wife is reading the personals and looking to cheat on him. Oh, it's you. For a moment, I never knew that I didn't trust your tushy in any way, shape, or form. That's a happy marriage, isn't it? Yeah. So what do you do when you just need to play a game to unwind? What is your game of choice? I suppose for me it might be ASG Golf. I've made my own card, and that requires some thinking, but I certainly wouldn't go through and try to stream anything seriously in that case, because you go, oh, why did I do that? Why did Wayne Gretzky play 40 minutes on the ice? Or really, Wilt Chamberlain fouled out. Oops, he never did that in real life. Bad on me. So what do you do to unwind when it comes to things like that? I'm curious. I want to know. We want to know. Again, comment either on our Spreaker page, our Facebook group. You can send us the text. We'll go through that again before the end of the show. And, of course, on the YouTube, where you can watch and listen to these things. Whatever you'd like to do is fine with us. So what is your go-to game when you're stressed and really don't have the time or the patience to be serious about usage or anything like that? Okay, the other thing that we'd like a comment or three from you on, I don't know why my voice is getting quieter here, would be, what's your non-sports game of choice? I talked a little bit about playing EVE Online and what I'm playing. You get to be whatever you want to be. It is an online multiplayer role-playing game, and you can pretty much do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what I do. If you watch some of the more recent streams on my YouTube channel or on Twitch, you know that someone else who plays EVE has caught me, and I'm not giving any information away for that. You know, Dave, of course, does a lot of One Deck Dungeon and some other games. The Fuse game that he plays looks fascinating. You got to solve these puzzles with dice or a die, and you have 10 minutes to do it. And the great video of him with a buddy or family member, I think it's a buddy, on Christmas or thereabouts, and they get through it with 1 second left. Yep, 1 second left. That was awesome. I do some card games like Uno or Cribbage or Canasta. I play against the AI. My wife likes Uno as well, but that's what I tend to do for that, along with some business games. Just, to keep my mind occupied. That's a good thing. You want to be challenged. I know some of you go out there and do jigsaw puzzles. Those are fun, especially if you don't have to actually have room for the puzzles. Makes it even better that way. So what do you do when you're in a non-sports gaming mood? Are you a console player? Are you a Halo or Final Fantasy, a role-play player? I know some of you do Dungeons and Dragons, too, and that, of course, is very intense. Do you game with others? If do you do things solo? I mean, what do you do? I mean, there's Red Dead Redemption and Badlands and a lot of other. Strange Brigade. Al, Red Sox fan, and I loved watching him play Strange Brigade and him shooting things and missing and apologizing every time he had to shoot a statue of a cat to my cat. That was wonderful. So those are the three things that we'd like your comments on, and when Dave is ready to come back next week, we'll be able to tackle them. What's your thought on newer seasons with games? Do you play them? What do you do when you need to unstress or have had a bad day, regardless of what your age is? What is your go-to games? How do these games kind of help you cope with having a bad day? We all have a coworker, Annette Gardner. Let me tell you, he can be a royal. No, Dave's wonderful. What do you do with a coworker that kind of drives you batty, or a spouse or a kid? I need money for the movies, Daddy. Go talk to her Aunt Becky. She seems to be loaded. So that, and what other gaming do you do besides sports gaming? And so those are the three things that I'd like you to comment on, or we'd like you to comment on. And the next time that Dave and I are able to get together, we will read your comments on the air. And remember, there is no wrong answer. It all depends on what you want to do. Remember, this is all, even though some of us do this as group projects, an individual hobby. Which leads us to today's topic. As in, one of my commenters, and I'm not going to mention who it is, got into it with someone else because the commenter thought that I played a replay wrong. Now, everyone's titled to an opinion, and because most of my projects are, let's say, played for public consumption, and they're much more for entertainment value than pristineness or righteousness or whatever. I'm there to entertain you. I want you to watch my stuff and like it and laugh and have a good time and all that. And if you watch live, then we're all going to interact together. But if you're watching on YouTube, on tape, and going through and flipping through for the highlights or whatever, that's fine. But his take is, look, for football, I only play offense. But because I want to be neutral. I'm not really invested in how any one team plays. It really doesn't matter to me. If my favorite team wins, great. If my favorite team loses, was it a good game? That's all I care about. Was there a good story involved in the game? Did I louse it up in a way that I made a team lose? Or did I make the right call that I made a team win? Did someone give a pun that you laughed at? That's the sort of thing that I care about. And if you've watched my football streams, then it's all about trying to be even-handed. What can I do to make this an entertaining game? It's not about shunning the defense. The way I think is best to do it, in this example, is to play both the offenses. The computer, the AI in Action PC Football and Second and 10 Football, the rare times I stream that, is exceptional. They're going to call a good defense. Offensively minded teams are going to play well. It does not matter what you throw at them. Okay? They're going to figure out a way to beat it. And so when someone reminded that commenter that there is no wrong way to play a replay, it's your replay, he got an earful about that. And so I'm going to back up the person that made the rebuttal comment. No, there is no wrong way to play your replay. If you are a defensive guru, go for it. Play defense against the computer. You don't have to play offense at all. I'm not going to judge you for that. If you want to use a designated hitter in a game from 1946, hey, it's your universe, okay? If you want to do a what-if situation, if you want to play the 1975 Reds against the 1946 St. Louis Cardinals, it's your replay. You do as you see fit. It's not my place, and it's not anybody else's place to judge what you do. It's about your enjoyment. What do you get out of it? You're the one that spent the money on the product, whether it's on a console or the tabletop or the PC. It's your money. Dave, if he was here, he talked about putting Harmeloff, Tretiak, and I'm missing the third onto the 74-75 Boston Bruins and doing a what-if. That's the way he wanted to enjoy it. He didn't want to do a stock replay. I could have gotten, I joked with him, oh yeah, because Don Cherry is the coach of the 74-75 Bruins, that having three Russians on a Don Cherry team, oh yeah, that would have gone over like a, put your own metaphor in there. But hey, it's his replay. If he wants to say everyone does kumbaya after the 72 Canada Cup, or the 72 Summit Series, rather, so be it. That's his enjoyment. If you like to do, if you want, I've done a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis. If that's what you want to do, that's great. There is no wrong answer. You want to do a modern Golden State Warriors replay and take away the three-point play, or use a college shot clock, or take the shot clock out of a college replay, or not use an overtime in college football, or the shootout in hockey. Hey, it's your replay. There is no wrong way about it. Okay? It's yours. It's all about what you enjoy. And you should not give others any crap about what they do in their replay. If they want to go fictional, if they want to go what if they want to make sure that everybody throws the right amount of innings or gets the right amount of carries, that's their business. They enjoy it. May not be your cup of tea or my cup of tea, but it's not our replay. If they choose to care, don't follow it. And if you don't like how someone does something online, for goodness sakes, what the hell are you watching it for? Don't watch if you don't like how it's being done. All right, end of rant. And that's it. That's going to be the end of the show for this week. So, once again, please like and find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/digitaldice, or leave us a text or voicemail at 978-751-DICE. That's 978-751-3423. Dave will be back next week. And remember, you can have your pizza any way you want, but Aunt Becky is just making sure that Uncle Dave feels better really soon. We hope you do, Dave, and we'll all talk to you the next time. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and stay warm if you're on the East Coast.